Hi guys, here from Pax, I'm not Americana of course, I'm with America, Pax Europeana. It's a windy morning, there was a day of rain here, and now I'm heading onwards to Dubrovnik and to Sarajevo. I'm going by bus again. To my best knowledge, the only other way would be to fly to either have a car, but it's very difficult to rent a car to give it back in other countries. That's very expensive. You have to pay that because we are not a united market. Then we are also not in the united market in airports. You can go from Tivat airport here, just around the corner. You can go to Belgrade and then fly to Sarajevo. Yeah, that's a possibility. But you cannot fly from Tivat to Sarajevo or from Tivat to Zagreb, to my best knowledge. You could go to Dubrovnik and then fly to Zagreb and then fly to Sarajevo. So we are a bit messy here in the infrastructure links, and so the traditional and the cheapest way, by the way, and that's not sure if it's I'm ecologically the best way, but it's going by bus. That's what I will do until the European Union has funded a super high-speed train from Tivat to Vienna, which is my goal, guys. Actually, because we are always talking climate change and we are talking that we are responsible and that rails are cool, but for poor countries it would be cool to have rails, but who to pay? Actually, who is then using this railway? That's also a big question. It's the European tourists and it's the workforce from the Balkans coming to the European labor market. Yeah? It's our transit goods further to Greece and to Turkey, so why not us paying it for immediately? My logic, I think, is irrefutable. Anyhow, we are not doing that because the countries are poor, they cannot do it. So what we are doing is always too late, too little, and then I go by the bus. But I like the bus actually, and I have no problem with that. I also will go to Dubrovnik, and I made that stopover already in December. You can watch some of my videos on my podcast here. This, by the way, is Hotel Franca. It's one of the big businessmen here. He has now very well diversified from retail, from meat industry into this beautiful place where he is now in the tourism industry. And that's, I think, a hotel which is recommendable. I've never been there, but that's something to do. And then you see, you head on when you see this infrastructure link, this modern successful businessman doing tourism, then you see the poverty of the Roma settlement here. And that's all over the Balkans a big problem. And this can be only solved inside the European Union. Look, that we have poverty, and especially in minorities, is a reality from Romania to Skopje, Macedonia to here. To not tackle it and leave it to the authorities here to help them is obviously not working very well. So why not Europe do something more? Integrate these countries, help them with opportunities, make specific programs, and suddenly everything is much more cooler and better, and the people are helped more efficiently, and that would be really good. And it is living in that condition, which is really very enticing to anybody in the middle of this touristic hotspot. We need to help the poor people, and we need to have an efficient modern European welfare system also in the accession countries. Here the bus is coming already. I'm not sure it's my bus, but I'm in the center of this important infrastructure link, which the bus station is in all these countries and also in Austria. And I will go by bus back to Austria, and I make this also not only for economic reasons, it's cost efficient and it's also practical because you can make many stops in between, but I also make it as a bit of a call. It's very good public transport system, can be used for anybody, and please, it's as well affordable, and until we have not a super train system like we have it in Austria, and why actually we don't have that. It's the best way to have public transport. It would be also good to have a very interconnected Balkan. That was the mission and vision of Dr. Busek since a long time to achieve that. God bless him. But still today it's the two big cities in the north, Zagreb and Belgrade, which are the dominating hubs. And Sarajevo is a bit left out there. And direct links between the regional cities are very rare. It's always going to Vienna, to Budapest, and to many aspects still to Belgrade. And as I say always, Belgrade is not the future, it's the past. We have to disconnect Montenegro and all the countries here from this past imperial capital, and to make sure they all will be free. That's and join Europe, and no to open Balkans. But I think you got the message during this trip. I was very clear. I hope you liked this trip in this beautiful country. Montenegro in the European Union 2024. Support it as much as you can. And please, the role model of Croatia is the logic for Montenegro, and I call for that. Thanks a lot for listening. More to come from Pax Europiana, from Croatia and from Bosnia. Bye.